We're here today with Matthew Kluber and his new exhibition, Friday I'm in Love. We're going to talk about a couple things about the work, and we'll start out by just having Matthew tell us what we're looking at.
So we're looking at sort of two separate ways of painting, making a painting. And the first is there's a traditional painting on a surface. So I make a painting on an aluminum panel, and it's made in a traditional way. I spray a ground on, and then I lay masking down to allow me to create the colored stripes on the surface. I mix fluorescent color in with the traditional paint because those will interact with the projection in a really interesting way. Once that is done, I have custom software that allows me to use a computer and a projector to create essentially a digital painting that works with the painting on aluminum. It allows me to map the projection to the painting, and I can create up to 8 separate layers that will play on the painting in different places at different times if I'd like. The two then begin to sort of have a conversation with one another in terms of color and pattern and time.
Obviously, the relationships of the different colors you choose are critical to the work, and you make those choices when you do the initial painting, the traditional painting, and I'm wondering if the process is different when you get to the digital stage, the way you choose colors, put colors next to each other.
I'm interested in the relationship between subtractive color that we see when we look at a traditional painting. And subtractive color is the way that when white light hits an object, that object absorbs or subtracts the full color spectrum except for the color that you're seeing. It's reflecting that back. So all the other colors are subtracted. When I work digitally, that's additive color. So that's the combination of red, blue, and green generated by a digital image. And I'm interested in the intersection of subtractive color and additive color to sort of create a new color space. And then once the colors make sense to me, then I begin to really focus on the kind of movement and pattern and timing and the number of layers that begin to happen digitally on that surface.
These obviously are beautiful objects, and I'm wondering if beauty is an important concern to you, or if it's something you incorporate in your decision making with color.
I am interested in beauty, but I'm interested in beauty in a little bit of a different way. We're all sort of inclined to sort of gravitate toward colors that we like, that we feel strongly about, and it's sort of easy to kind of work in a sort of a limited palette where we're comfortable. So I have my students sort of make decisions about working with a color or two that they like, but when it comes to making that next decision about that third color, select a color that would be a color that you would never think of, the color that you probably really dislike, or a color that you would never choose normally to go with those colors. If you begin to sort of work against your tuition, you're going to sort of bring in something new, and it may work or it may not work, but you will discover something new about color. And that's sort of how I do my studio practice. I have to sort of challenge my own intuition in terms of color to keep it interesting and to sort of, break new ground. And so I have certain colors that I do have a preference for, and it's sort of a battle against that. So I like to think of it as maybe beauty the hard way.